Hey guys, internet's still down here, so I figure I might as well do 2-for-1 commentary in one day. They'll probably go up when I get my internet back up, which will be who knows when. But this is just a forum that I'm gonna start here, and it is about the SCAR H and the infrared scope. And the question is, are they too powerful? Now, I'm not gonna go ahead and say straight up that they're overpowered or whatever. This is just me in the middle of the game. I already started off 9-1 using it. And this is squad deathmatch, so that might take some of the validity away from it. But as a Slayer weapon, I feel like it is, I'm not going to say over the top, but it is extremely powerful. Now, one of the things on Battlefield that you have to keep in mind is it's not a small game. So when we're talking about, Call of Duty size maps and people with infrared scopes, it's no biggie because the maps are so small, aim down sight time, and, quality of the scope and, holding your breath. And for instance, on the SCAR H, I don't really feel like holding your breath does anything. Like half the time I don't do it, or I'll do it, but I don't worry about it. The thing is so accurate, and as you saw over there from across the map, someone I probably would not have been able to see with the infrared scope, I was very easily able to dispatch. And over here, I get 1 kill, and then 2 more are coming up, so. And the thing is, it just makes people so easy to see. It's almost a joke, but not quite. So I'm on the edge of whether I believe it's overpowered or not. I would say it's very powerful because, I mean, the thing is with the scope with a one-time zoom, to be able to see someone that far away would be extremely difficult unless you have super keen eyesight, to say the least. And then on top of that, you're very easy to differentiate them from the scenery. So like over here, it's not even like a faint standout, it's a very extreme one. And I've been told that if you have the special ops camo, it actually camouflages you better against infrared scopes, which is an interesting thing to know. But overall, I mean, my question is it too much? I mean, it's kind of a crutch to play with because after you start using the infrared scope, I'm not going to say you have to use it, but it becomes very necessary to actually pinpoint people out. So if you're not already used to finding people from 100 yards away, just looking through them. Over here I actually run out of ammo, and I realize it, so ooh, pistol. But overall, it's just the gun. It feels very powerful. It kills very quickly. It doesn't have a lot of recoil. The only limiting factors really is the small clip, and I don't believe there's an extended mag attachment for it, so that's not an issue. But even with the 20 bullet clip, I mean, I could kill 2 people 9 out of 10 times if they're close enough within range to one another. Because as you saw, I got double sprays before. And over here, as you can see, I had to pick up another weapon just because I ran out of ammo. I'm nowhere near anyone on my team because we're doing squad deathmatch. And I mean, like for instance, this guy with the red dot, I could see where he is. I know the general vicinity, but I can't pinpoint him. If I had the infrared there, it would be a big glowing dot for me just to kill him with. So I don't know if you guys think it should be adjusted. I mean, should there be more scope sway to it? Should the hold down sight actually make it more accurate? Should the bullet damage be reduced, as DICE has been talking about doing? But I'm assuming if we see anything, it will be in the next patch. But even if the SCAR isn't the issue, and I mean, I've seen a lot of people using the G36, like the guy who killed me. Some people think it's a better gun. Like I said, I haven't really played with it yet. I just recently unlocked it, and I've still been using the SCAR. But even if the weapon isn't the problem, is the scope a problem? And I mean, for longer range maps, so like if I'm on one end of the Caspian border and you're on the other, even if I see your dot, it's not going to really do too good. But if we look over here, I'm pretty sure I get a couple hit markers. Or maybe I don't on this guy, but I know there's some cross map shooting that goes on and I actually kill people. And half of it's your fault because you're trying to stand still and snipe me with a sniper when you have a 12-time scope. Let me see if it's this guy. Do I? Not quite. Well, point in case, even if I'm missing them, I'm still getting suppression points and a suppression assist. And over there, I kind of get outgunned. Just a little bit. And then the other issue is that only for fully automatic weapons that it's super good, because personally I don't like it on snipers or anything like that. And for longer range combat, I find it's kind of worthless because after a certain point, it goes from, glowing hot to just kind of there. Like, we can probably see it over here if I go look at some people. But my personal opinion on this, like I said, I'm not going to tell you up front if I think it's OP or not. But I think the infrared scope, it's powered adequately. But I believe that the scope sway should just be increased. Because my issue with it is, when I shoot it and I don't hold down my breath, I still feel as though it's shooting straight. Or, at least straight enough to the point where the sway is not going to affect me at all. So like I said before, I think the scope sway should be turned up. Because I mean the narrowed field of vision and the increased aim down sight really aren't an issue. Oh, when you're talking about the long ranges, you're probably going to be using it at, because you're definitely not going to be using this for, you know, the closest quarter combat, because obviously you'd be able to see people very easily at that range. So those are my thoughts on it. I know there's a lot of complaints going on about it, saying that, you know, that infrared scope is either cheesing up the game or it's for people who are just can't aim or whatever. But I mean, there's actual purposes to it. Like I've said in a previous video, if there's people in windows and there's a bunch of windows and, you know, there's a couple of maps where there's lots of places to sit inside with windows, it makes it a lot easier to actually pick out that guy with a one-time scope and not have to worry about too much sway, which is probably the reasoning behind it, that it's a one-time scope. If it was a 6-time scope or a 4 or 12, the sway would probably be increased significantly. But the thing is, it's almost, there's no downside to using this as opposed to, say, the red dot or the holographic. In most cases, at least. But in my experience, I don't seem to be getting killed so much by, you know, an infrared scope as much as the SCAR. Like, I'm pretty sure if there was a kills against statistic, like in other games, yeah, but the #1 weapon against me would probably be the SCAR. So I don't know if I want to say it's overpowered or it's just really good. Because yeah, there's plenty of other guns I've played with that I feel are really good, like the AK. I like that one a lot. As I've said numerous times, the MK11 is one of my favorites. And the only class that I really don't have a lot of favorite guns in is support. I tend to stick to the class non-specific weapons, such as the PDWR, the shotguns, and things along those lines, with the exception of maybe the M27 and the RPK, which are the starting LMGs. So like I was saying, I just want to hear your guys' take on it. Let's keep it mature, of course, as always. Minimum trolling. Just because, you know, I don't like the people who are, you know, the SCAR is so good and I have a billion kills with it and it's balanced argument that always happens. So hopefully you guys like this video, just to spark up some discussion here. Maybe the gun is just overpowered for only Slayer matches where you're killing people, and for objectives not so much because you're busy running to go get stuff places and whatnot, and you'll die along the way, so it's all balanced out. But just wanted to give you guys my take on it. I want to put up a video since my internet's still down. And as I've said before, look forward to a montage of some sort or another. Please leave a comment if you'd like to see anything on my channel or in the video below. And as always, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you later.
Yeah, thanks for the AK. Fuckers.
Change your kits right now or no?